So I really want to be an IDC commissioner because I have a lot of passion and drive to connect with other schools in our district. I believe my talking skills will drive me a great deal into creating more fun socials such as a tea social or a dance social. But most importantly, I believe that as an IDC commissioner, I'll be able to bring new and fresh ideas to Homestead High School. Make sure that Homestead's voice is heard because the most important thing is to share ideas and beliefs with other schools in the district. I plan on scheduling an amazing IDC exchange to our school to allow other students to experience Homestead. I'll also create several socials throughout the year where students can come and interact with other students from different schools. Here, students can talk about all the fun things that we're doing at Homestead, and Homestead's voice will therefore be heard all across the district.
I am running for Homestead's IDC commissioner because I want to help the school and make sure that our voices are heard, because we need to report to the district to help our voices heard and to make big changes for our district and for our school. And also, since FUHSD is such a big community, there's so many chances to connect and share all of our thoughts with other students and to learn from them. And I want to connect all of us together. To make sure that Homestead's voice is heard on a district level, I will first, of course, to get feedback from our students, and I want to make sure that I can listen to what Homestead has to say, and that's when I can report all of these informations back to the IDC, back to other members of the IDC commissioners, and also to report these information to the district council, and that's the only way for big district changes again to be made and help our school benefits. Thanks.
Yep.
Hi everyone, as your IDC rep this year, I've had the incredible opportunity to work with students and staff around the district to make sure that your voices are heard and that our events are planned to be as inclusive of ideas as possible. However, there's still many things that can be improved on, such as increasing spots for IDC exchanges to make them more accessible, or by increasing our donations to the community through canned food drive. I really want to be able to finish what we started this year and help improve our inclusivity of students. So this year I was able to represent Homestead on a variety of district-wide councils to advocate for activities and issues that students were facing. So in order to improve our recognition of students' challenges and ideas, I would like to trial more feedback surveys throughout the year to gauge different ideas and concerns our students have. And in addition, I'd like to create a 30-minute block of every IDC meeting for members of the student body to submit questions, comments, projects, and ideas for the IDC board to work on and reach more students.
I'm running for this position because over the past year, as one of your ASB rally commissioners, I've gained experience through the leadership class and an appreciation for helping our Homestead community. And I feel like I can make a much more of an impact through the IDC rep position. That is the canned food drive, which makes a huge impact not only on campus but in our community, and it's a great way to raise spirit within your class. I think that I can help improve that and surround the hype around that. So I think that if we created IDC social pages like Instagram and created social events, I could hear from the Homestead community, that would be you, and really just get your ideas so that I can communicate back with the district on that. So.
As social manager for the class of 2023, I got to experience school spirit firsthand, and I want to provide the same opportunity for the people who may not always feel included. And I think the best way to promote school spirit is through rallies where everyone is together, cheering on their respective classes, wearing our school colors. It would be amazing to have a direct impact on this and ultimately boost school spirit even more than it already is. I think for especially the Blacklight Rally, as rally commissioner, I really want to increase audience participation. I think playing games like musical chairs with 2 people from each class, or dodgeball, in which the juniors and the seniors would play against the freshmen and the sophomores, would be lots of fun. Especially since it's in the blacklight and there's a lot of potential to add glow in the dark to these events.
Nice.
I want to be an ASB rally commissioner, as rallies have made last year for me like really fun. I've seen ASB dedicating hours to advertise, carefully plan these rallies while maintaining a highly respected role. And I believe I can be a part of this community because I work hard to bring positive energy and creativity to school every day. If I could get a chance to prove myself with the use of my past skills, I will not let my peers down.
Nice. And then
my recommendations to improve the homecoming rally is to have staff pass around freebies like pom-poms, hats, necklaces, glow sticks, and other trinkets to make the most enthusiastic crowds to boost morale. Plus, people love free stuff, and it'd be a great way of making the rally memorable.
nice.
When I was a freshman last year, I went to the first rally and it was super fun, super thrilling. I had a great time, and that experience remained true for the rest of the rally this year and this year. And I just want to be part of the work that goes into making the rally so fun because I want to give back to Homestead. And I'm really organized. I love decorating. I love communicating with people, and I feel like I would be a really great ASB Rally Commissioner.
Nice.
So I noticed that we have a lot of games that take a few people from like each class, and like they have games in the middle, but I want to have more all audience inclusive games, if that makes sense. So we have one that is where the classes sing, they continue like the song, and that's like super fun and exciting, and everyone can participate, and I just want to have more games like that so it's a more enjoyable experience.
Awesome.
I want to be ASB Rally Commissioner because I feel as if I am very qualified for the position, and it would be a very good experience for me because I love to work hard, and I work hard in everything I do, and I have a lot of experience in the rallies because I was a Homestead cheerleader, so I know how they are run, and I've been to the practices. And I feel as if I could make the rallies run smoother, and they could be more entertaining for students. And I am planning on working very hard to make this a very positive experience for all of the students at Homestead.
Nice.
First of all, I would like to make more decorations and make them more aesthetically pleasing so that students can interact with them. And just when they enter the room, I want them to be wowed by how much work the ASB has put into the rally. I also want to make the scripts more relatable for the students by adding more relatable content in them and making it, just putting the spirit up.
Nice. Okay.
To be a rally commissioner next year because I've always looked forward to and enjoyed the rallies, and I love all the energy and the way the community comes together and becomes so hype. So I wanted to be a part of organizing and planning the rallies so that people can enjoy the rally as much as I do.
Nice.
So one of my individual ideas as rally commissioner was to make the audience more interactive and make the rally games easier for people to join and be a part of. So I really enjoyed the interactive flashing lights during one of the dance performances in last year's rally, where everyone used their phones, and it had a really cool effect and was able to include everyone. So I would input that a similar idea to that or a game idea.
Nice. All right.
From my experiences in leadership, I've seen that once we assume our leadership positions, there's a kind of a cutoff in communication between ASB and the rest of the student body. I believe that being an ASB is more than just planning events and making decisions, but also to ensure that students have a say in the decisions we put on. As a junior class officer, I sent out emails so the class could stay updated, but also sent out polls so the class could have a direct impact in the decisions that we as class officers made. As ASB social manager, I aim to do the same thing, but on a larger scale, and put leadership back into the hands of students.
Awesome. And my second
Homecoming is the one that I want to improve. I feel like homecoming isn't taken as such a big deal in our school as it is in other schools. Other than, the football game and the dress-up days, it's a bit overshadowed by other events. My specific proposition is to have homecoming class pictures after the cheer-offs on Friday or after every cheer-off. Nothing too official, but just something to post on the class Instagrams. This way, everyone kind of wants to be in the picture, everyone's festive, involved. It's something I've always wanted to do as part of leadership is to decorate the school for events other than the main three. Like for instance, during the winter, we decorate the school and give it kind of like a festive vibe. And I think that would be really, really cool.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm running for ASB social manager because I believe leadership is a great way to build relationships with people and especially get involved in the community. You can learn so much about the school and especially how events work and little bits and pieces like that. But the main reason I'm running is because I want to spread positivity and spirit throughout the whole year, not just homecoming and BOTC, because especially when times get a little tough, like right now and like our finals, I want to make sure students know that like Homestead is there for them.
Awesome. And so my
One of my recommendations is that I want to make the yearbook party a little bit more memorable, and by adding like more activities, getting more staff involved, and especially because this is the last main event of the year and this is what students leave off to the summer with. I just want to really bring up the participation and make it more memorable. Yeah.
All right.
So I really admire the school spirit that we have here at Homestead, and without a question, Mustangs have like the most lively and like fun community, especially when it comes to social events like rallies, cheer-offs, school games, and even dances. And it being my last year as a Mustang, I want my fellow seniors to really cherish their last, whether it be like a football game, last BUTC, their last senior prom, but like all those things are only enjoyable if they're coordinated and thoughtfully planned by the right person who's willing to work hard enough. And that's why I want to be elected social manager, because I genuinely want to give and will give the seniors a final year to remember.
Awesome. And my
So one of the only things that I feel that everyone loves is free stuff. And so as a social manager, I would make a change that during rallies like the Blacklight, Maximus, our mascot, or even just like the leadership kids can go out to the crowd and just like throw out glow-in-the-dark sticks, necklaces, like those small finger flashlights, even just like candy. And because not only will this get the crowd just like super hyped, also complement the rally's atmosphere, making the entire thing just like more fun for everyone. And like free giveaways like that can be implemented into other rallies too, like the Aloha rallies where we can get like leis, BUTC where we can just like throw out bandanas that coordinate with your class color, and simple things like that can just bring out Homestead's enthusiastic spirit that we all just love.
Awesome.
Recent COVID-19 outbreak, all the classes have seen like I've seen major consequences to like their events and stuff. Like for example, for my class, basically our J-prom is most likely canceled, and we put a lot of money into it, and most likely we're not gonna get it back unless we're lucky. So by being ASB treasurer, I just want to give the classes a lot, or just more money from the ASB budget so they can hold more events for the student body.
Awesome.
In my previous years, I've been class treasurer each year, and now I want to expand like my goals to the whole school by being ASB treasurer. So I've seen like how hard it is for freshman and sophomore classes, especially to hold big events because obviously their budget is not that big. So by becoming ASB treasurer, I want to just give them more money so that they can hold more events for student body, and so that the people in their class will have more spirit, so that in the later years of high school they'll just have a more fun time in high school.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
I want to run for ASB secretary because I want to use my 2 years of leadership experience to let our class run more smoothly when we make decisions such as passing clubs and their events. I feel like most of you don't really know how we come to conclusions in that class, and I want to change that. My job would require me to take detailed notes of everything we discuss, and I want to publicize those notes so that you guys know how we make the decisions that impact our school the way we do.
And my second question for you is, in what way
I feel like most of you out there don't really know what lead reps are and the huge impact that they have on our leadership decisions. For those of you who don't know, lead reps are a group of students who provide feedback for school events, and I want to give this group more recognition. This year, our Secretary Tamdan did an excellent job making it so that if you're passionate, you can apply to be a lead rep. And I want to add on to that to make their voice louder so that we as a leadership team can make decisions that are more geared towards what you guys want.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Be ASB secretary next year because I want to encourage students to voice their opinions in leadership events. Since I haven't been in leadership for the past 3 years, I've seen firsthand that the current leadership system doesn't really take into account the suggestions of the student body. I want to change that. I want every single student to realize that their voice does matter. To expand the role of ASB Secretary by encouraging constructive discussion during leadership's legislative meetings, and actually taking into consideration student feedback. By implementing this into our leadership system, we can facilitate the planning and execution of leadership events, and also make those events more enjoyable. Thank you.
Awesome.
Would allow me to have the greatest impact on Homestead, because I personally feel that a lot of the events on campus, like homecoming, don't have as personal of an impact because it's like only a week out of the entire year. But clubs are much more personal because they are smaller and catered towards personal interests, so they're definitely an essential part of Homestead. Clubs like offer students opportunities to explore passions, and so by supporting clubs as the VP, I can support more students on a personal and relevant level.
Perfect.
I believe that I'm the person who has clubs at the forefront of my mind because I'm involved in multiple clubs at Homestead as both a member and an officer, so the work that the ASB VP does for clubs is really relevant to me. And as this year's ASB secretary, I've been helping out with the VP and the clubs commissioner with some clubs related stuff, like sitting in on club application presentations or discussing how much to give to clubs through grants and just general funding. And I've also attended some exec meetings to take minutes. So all the ASB VP's responsibilities that are club related are already on my mind as the ASB secretary.
I really want to be ASB VP next year because both leadership and clubs have been a really big part of my high school experience. And I want to impact these programs in a positive way by acting as a liaison between them and ensuring that communication is solid. I have a lot of goals that I'd like to implement, such as improving the exec meetings by giving club presidents more say in what happens in their affairs, making club spreadsheets more transparent to officers, streamlining the club application process, and a lot more. I'm really passionate about both clubs and leadership, and I want to have the opportunity to uplift them.
Perfect. Okay.
I'm the person with clubs at the forefront of my mind because I feel that clubs are one of the most important parts of the school campus as they represent the diversity of the student body. And they also represent the capabilities of our students. And personally, when I first came to high school, I felt really lost because I didn't know where I belonged. But joining clubs really allowed me to explore my own interests while finding a community of people to support me. I know this to be true for many other people as well. So my high school experience has been really important, and it would not be what it is without clubs. And I'd like to impact other people's club experiences as well.
All right.
I came to Homestead. I came from a really small private school, and I knew just about 10 people when I came here. But the thing is that when I immediately started involving myself on campus through student government and ASB and leadership and attending all the different events, I was immediately surrounded by a community that I had never ever seen before. There are people so passionate about what's happening and so spirited, and the energy that's accumulated at Homestead throughout the years never ceases to amaze me. And so I want to be the president that elevates the people who might not necessarily be in the spotlight all the time and give every single person the opportunity to experience Homestead for what it really is.
Nice.
So my greatest experience, I think, that's relevant to running for ASB president is the fact that I have been in leadership for the past 3 years. So in freshman year, I was the class of 2021 social manager. In sophomore year, I was the class of 2021 president. And this recent year, I have been the ASB treasurer for leadership. And that has provided me with a lot of insight into how leadership works. And that gives me the experience and knowledge necessary to know exactly how to execute the goals that I have planned. In addition, I'm involved with a lot of different clubs on campus like FBLA and IndoPAC. So I've met a lot of people around Homestead, and I hope to meet more of you every single day.
Sweet.